Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Liverpool Connection podcast. I'm with Jono. You guys remember Jono? We are actually in Liverpool at the Glenbuck Hotel after Liverpool beats Nottingham Forest 3-2. Squeaky bum time in the end.
Yeah, it's a little tighter than we would have liked, but the Reds did it.
We're here with a group of 6 from Austin, 3 first-timers. I think they had a good time. We're in the very last row of the Cop. We're hitting our heads in the back of the Cop. But anyway,
I think we helped create a few songs, today. Matthew was in fine voice, our songmeister from Liverpool.
That's right. So let's talk about the game. It was kind of weird because we had so much possession in the first half.
Yeah.
Couldn't really create anything. And then we go get a pint at halftime.
We may have missed the first goal.
We may have missed the goal. But Jota on the score sheet again.
Yeah. He's back amongst the goals. Four goals in 2 games, right? Yep.
And he scores another one and he gets a brace today. But how important is that to have him find some form?
It's fantastic because, he doesn't, stand out in any of the big kind of metrics, and he's not massive, he's not super quick, but, he's really getting him back amongst the goals means that so many teams are going to have to pay attention to him, and that's just going to be amazing for all the other strikers,
He obviously offers something that Nunez doesn't have because Nunez, again, didn't start.
Yeah, I'm assuming, just guessing that it's the way he presses is what Klopp likes. Because we know Nunez has got massive talent and, ability to kind of create chaos, But Jota, he's getting goals and he's clearly doing something that Klopp likes. So,
what I saw, especially in the second half as they were coming towards the Cop, that he makes very intelligent runs.
Yes,
His runs are create space, but he peels off the defenders better. Where Nunez is, in my opinion, he's still learning that part of the game.
Yeah, that's probably true. He made a beautiful run. I think we talked about it in the first half. That it's the kind of thing you don't necessarily see on TV, and it's really interesting to see it, face to face, and you can kind of see where he's coming across. And he had no right. He had 2 centre backs on him, and he gets a header that is tipped over the bar, and he has no right to get anywhere near that. But it's just such a clever run.
He's not the tallest person either,
right.
So he's getting on the head of those.
Kick. He shouldn't be winning a header in that situation against 2 big centre backs, but he's just clever.
We give up that first goal off a deflection off of your man Robbo. Very unlucky, but was really their only chance that had at that time going forward?
It's still a little disappointing that we give up goals where it's basically their only chance. That one almost feel like if Robbo hadn't challenged it, it was far enough out that Allison probably catches it pretty comfortably, but it's just unlucky. And then, we couldn't really see very well the second goal that they got. It's down the other end. But it felt like the only times they were in our area, they got goals, which is, discouraging from a position where we have to, win essentially the rest of our games.
That second goal from Jota, bringing it down on the chest and on the half volley, putting it in.
That was beautiful. Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah, I think because he hadn't scored for over 30 games, we kind of forget how much quality he has. And if we can stay fit, if all our players can stay fit moving into the next season, it's very promising, right?
Yeah, especially with the options we have in attack now. If we can keep fitness up, there's so many different ways we can attack. And that was beautiful the way he brought that down and slotted it. And he's just a guy in form, and that's what happens when you're in form versus, he comes in 15 minutes to go, he's probably not doing that.
Klopp made those substitutions early today at the 60th minute. Curtis Jones got another start today, which is, to me, very interesting because Thiago's fit, and we have other midfielders. But I'm a big Curtis Jones fan. I think he has everything, but I think he's limited on what he can do from Klopp. And so it was good to see him there. Mo Salah gets his goal. He works so hard, Mo Salah.
As he always does. I mean, he didn't seem like he was such an influence today, but I mean, another goal. He just always is there. He had a few moments, but yeah, on Curtis, I think he's going to be. He's got the ability to really be not just a squad player. I think. I know a lot of people talking about it that way, but I think right now he's playing like within himself a little bit. But the last couple of games, you've seen him create goals, create chances. And I think absolutely he's got that in it. It's just that he's coming back from all these big layoffs, these big injuries. I think there's a chance he could be really in the mix to be a starter next season.
He's probably started, four games in a row.
Right.
And the results have been there. I mean, and so I agree with you. I think there's a lot in his locker. It's whether or not people are going to – the supporters also have to accept the fact that he can be a better player. I know they want to splash cash on other players,
right.
But this is a guy that knows Klopp's system. And if he can continue to get game time, I think that alleviates at least one roster spot you have to go and buy in the transfer window, right?
Sure. And when you factor in him and Bajcetic, I mean, the Badger.
Yeah, the Badger.
I mean, it's. I don't necessarily say you don't have to go sign someone. That's not true. But you have guys that are going to push guys to even whoever you bring in. They're going to still be pushing them for starts. And don't be surprised if we sign a couple of midfielders, but then Curtis Jones is still starting on day one next season. Could happen.
Well, let's talk about midfielders because we kind of joked about it. We didn't know what position Trent was playing. Again, the inverted fullback that we like to say, but he was in the center mid. He was up front a couple of times. And it's almost like Jurgen just said, hey, when we have the ball, you can go wherever the hell you want.
It's pretty much seems to be.
But as soon as we lose the ball, get back on defense. And so it's a very hybrid role. It's very interesting, especially when they're coming towards us at the Cobb, to see his positioning, the runs that he's making, right?
I mean, when you look at it, when we had the ball, which was most of the first half, it was just basically a back three. It was flat back three. Robo, Konate and Van Dijk. And he's in there in the middle with Fabinho. And then, but, against a team like Forest, when they have no possession, he did great, and he got back in position when he needed to. I think it's great. I think the question is, against a better team, will he be able to get away with, it takes that few seconds to get back in that position, and when teams are fast attacking you, I'm not sure if he'll be able to do that, but it's working right now, and that's fine.
That's when you have that pressure on the ball, so people just hit that pass over there, But also this change in Trent's role is also kind of coincided with Konate being over there on that right, playing with Van Dijk. I think they have a lot of chemistry. They have a lot of confidence that Konate can cover that space.
Yeah, you kind of wonder if Konate's not in there, would they still, make that, allow Trent to do that? Not so sure. Maybe a little more. I mean, Gomez is pretty quick, so, potentially he could do it. I think if Matip was in there, you would be a little bit like,
What helps Konate, I think, is the physicality that he has, that people can't really turn him as well as they do with Gomez. They kind of turn him and they can hit that pass. But what's interesting is because when Robbo is over there on the left wing, he plays a traditional kind of wing back, right? He never comes inside, where Trent today, like we said, was all over the place. So, but it's a wrinkle. People are always saying, what's our plan B? So that seems to be a plan B, to have Trent just kind of float.
Right.
And when you have that kind of player that picks his head up, can hit passes, it really creates a lot of chaos for the defense, trying to figure out, okay, who's going to get him?
Yeah.
It creates space. They're trying to figure out where the runs are going to come from because that guy can make that pass.
Right.
So it's been interesting, and I hope it continues. And like you said, when we play a better team, when we play, like, say, Spurs coming up, will they be able to do that? With Son over there.
Right.
But anyways, great 3 points. It's always great to come to Anfield, obviously, but it's also fun to bring people that have never been here.
It was so much fun.
And
Bring
they
our
had
buddies.
a great time.
Yeah.
So
Got ourselves a home baked pie.
home baked pie, yes, of course.
A couple of pints at the Arkles with our buddy Paul. It was just so much fun, man.
Liverpool's always fun. Our friend Erwin, he's already said he's not going back. So
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to explain that to his family, but anyway. So we appreciate you guys checking out our podcast. Please subscribe, like, put your notifications on. Until next time, up the Reds.
Cheers.